All right, what's up everyone? Sean here, and this is a pretty interesting way to start the video, ain't it? So, what the hell do I have here with this connector and everything? So, and this short little nozzle right here. Well, hopefully this will all work, but I've been working on something special over the past few days. So some of you may know already just by looking at it, but mostly most of you guys probably have no idea what you're looking at. So we look at this 1/4 inch hose, lead to where that is. Once I hit the light and pull this out, ta-da! Nice way to bring in the product in here too, with the little ding on there. So what I have here is a 2.5 gallon keg for actually something like for your beer or nitro brew coffee or something, anything like that beverage related. But I've been looking at detail kegs, and I decided to build one myself after looking at a couple of videos, including one from Mastermind. He definitely inspired me to make one myself with my own parts. It did come out a little more expensive than what you see in his video, but he did get it a lot of those, or at least the keg itself, refurbished or used. This one is brand new, or at least mostly new to an extent. Anyway, yeah. So, and I actually went ahead and already put the shredder valve onto here already. It's a nice nickel plated or chrome plated, either one, nickel plated brass tire valve right here. Drilled a 1/2 inch hole into this cap right here, and sealed it in myself, bolted in all that stuff. It came out a little rough on the edges, like literally, because my drill wasn't quite, like, I guess good enough for metal. It's supposed to be like all materials, but definitely not well suited for metal. But I penetrated through nonetheless, and was able to get the gasket and all that stuff onto here relatively nicely. It really is a matter of whether we have air leaks or not. We're about to test that out in a bit here, but yeah, this is what it looks like here. This is a ball lock keg right here. As you kind of tell, it doesn't have like any like pins or anything like that, because there's pin lock kegs and there's ball lock kegs, so you definitely want to be careful with that stuff. So yeah, and then we have whatchamacall, the ball lock right here, the ball lock disconnect right there, and then I hose clamped the 1/4 inch hose onto it, and then now I can disconnect it right there, right away and whatever. I had to cut off a little bit of the hose because it already came with a male threaded connector of sorts, and that also is it's a 1/4 inch thread. And yeah, so I had to cut that off and make it fit into here, since it's a 1/4 inch barb on the ball disconnect right here, ball lock disconnect. And then so yeah, this thing is like kind of hanging right there for right now. It came with the this Flexzilla 1/4 inch hose right here, and this spray gun I got for 13 bucks. It's just like a cheap spray gun that you kind of like you can use to replace for your garden sprayers and stuff like that. It actually fit nicely, just happened through happenstance or coincidence. This is supposed to be some sort of like brass threaded connector of sorts that you can put your barb on there. But I took off the barb, and it had a female threaded connector, and I was able to put my 1/4 inch male connector into here. I screwed it on with some thread lock, or thread tape, excuse me. And then I got this safety exhaust coupler right here, which basically acts like a quick disconnect. But basically, instead of your traditional. It's kind of it works slightly different. So all I had to do is do this. It's disengaged, so it's safe. Because I guess you're working with air or the keg or something, but should be fine. But anyway, that's how you disconnect it, and then you could pull it out like that, just like any other disconnect. But when you connect the thing, all you have to do is just push it in, just like that. You hear that click, and then you just lock it in like this by pushing it up. So you do want to be careful. You don't want to like push this up and down by accident. You want to be a little mindful of that, but it should be fine because you're, holding it like this. But when people like to decide to hold it like this for some reason when they're like carrying it around, just make sure it doesn't like slide off or anything like that. Just keep in mind, because otherwise you can disengage like that. But the idea of the safety exhaust coupler should be able to disengage and depressurize, and you're not gonna get that thing that happens possibly. So yeah, let's connect this back onto here like that, lock it, and then that's what it looks like pretty much. Yeah, so pretty cool. It's actually pretty light right now without any liquid, and then I can essentially like carry around as I'm spraying it. But this is a approximately 25-foot quarter-inch hose, so it is manageable. I mean, some people may prefer a 50-foot hose to get around the car at once without carrying the keg, but this is like pretty small and light. Even with liquid, it should be fine for carrying it around. I'll probably just carry it around. I don't personally mind. You could probably put this on like some wheels or something, like a dolly, and that could work. A swivel dolly, that definitely could work. But yeah, so this is a detail keg. That's what it looks like for DIYers. It costs me about, I want to say $230 overall with everything, like shipping and handling and everything, all the parts that I got. I'll try to link it in all those parts in the description below. Those are all going to be Amazon affiliate links, just a little heads up. So yeah, this sprayer though, before I start, does come with a longer extension wand. They can like screw it on and stuff like that, but I chose to have a short nozzle for right now, just to see how it feels to have like a really low profile sprayer. So most of those like detail cake sprayers have this setup, so I'm just kind of am curious as to how that's going to feel. So I'm gonna fill this up with product, probably just water, but we'll probably put in some rinseless in here, and then test it on the car right here, my mom's car in this case, and see how this performs for this little brief demonstration. Is that going to be my first time for myself too, so we're all going to see this in real time. Oh yeah, so for the cap, it works a little differently, but it shouldn't be too difficult once you get it a few times down. So basically you lift this lock up like this is flat, just like so. It's gonna be a little tough at first because you're just not used to it. But once you get this up, right, you then push this down a little bit. See how it comes just like this? You turn it sideways, you bring this up, and that's it. Pretty simple. And then if you want to put it back in, lock it, it's kind of reverse. So you kind of just do this. So you put it in sideways first, like this, and then you line up the shape, and then you hold up, because you want the O-ring or gasket or O-ring to sit nicely on top. So you'll feel it go in nicely, and once you feel it, you just put down. You like pull and get this down as you do it. So it becomes more and more intuitive once you do it yourself. You'll get the feel of it. So, and then you just push it down until you lock it like that. So, but yeah, let's get this back up to show you guys a couple other things. So there is a pressure relief valve right there, or a safety valve, so that you don't over pump it. These are apparently rated for 130 psi, so you're definitely not going to screw up unless you're really clumsy with air pressure. But yeah, so anyways, this you can disengage the air pressure when you're done, and then you take off the cap after that because you don't want any pressure in the tank when you are done with the product or whatever, the wash. Anyways, we're going to fill this up with liquid and whatever product, and we'll be right back. So before I close this up again, you can definitely see that the tire valve is sitting nicely with the gasket and stuff like that. For the most part, well, there's two rubber O-rings, so there's one on top and there's one on the bottom. So if, let's say, the bottom is not working or is not seating exactly well, this is, so it should work just fine. So it's like a fail safe or something, or a double fail safe, whatever you want to call it. So let's just get this seated, lock it into place. All right, stir it around a little bit, right, and then we're about to test it with the tire pump. So this is going to be pretty interesting because I have not tested this just yet. So we're about to find out whether this is feasible or not. Okay, so usually we pump it up to 50. I think we're gonna aim for, let's just say 70. Let's just go between 70 because it's probably going to be pumped between 60 to 80 PSI. So let's just go to 70 just to see what happens, and here we go. All right, no, it's been about 2 minutes. And it got up to 40, so it feels like it's going to be pumped up by maybe, let's say, 3.5, sorry. All right, it's been about 3.5 minutes, and we got barely in 66 PSI. We're actually dropping a little bit. Okay, so it looks like it was dropping a little bit, but then it settled down to 65 at this point. I think it might have been measuring the pressure from the hose as well. So now that it's settled down, we're about down to 65 PSI. So it looks like we're gonna have to bring it down to 50 just to make it a little more feasible. But let's just see at 65 PSI of how this is going to feel. So yeah. We lost a little bit of pressure as well just from that little psst, so a little purge right there. So let's just go ahead and put this back on and see how this sprays here. So this may or may not be messy, so let's prepare ourselves here and be ready. So here we go. All right, I'm about to surprise myself as well. All right, we got a bit of a blooper. Okay, I forgot to connect this little bad boy right here. All right, so, but now you can see how you can connect the ball lock disconnect right here. It works just like any other disconnect, essentially. So you want to just pull this back, push it down like this. You'll feel like a purge when it's pressurized. And you'll hear that sound. You'll probably want to maybe put it down, put the ball lock down, and then you pressurize. But I think it should be fine either way. So, all right, now we can proceed. Whoa! Oh man, that is already looking pretty promising. But we gotta adjust the spray right here somehow. There we go. Right there. Whoa! Wow! That is actually a lot of pressure. Let me see. Dude, this is like a hose, guys. Wow. Jeez. This is like... That's crazy. Yeah, no wonder people like to have a keg. My goodness. So let me tighten this up a little bit, and there you go. Wow. This is like... This is working out pretty well. Wow. So this setup, and I forgot to mention, I have this ball swivel right here. It's really cool, ball joint swivel. Actually works pretty nicely. Now we do have a bit of a leak up here, right there. So I have to tighten up that a little more. But other than that, after that, no problems over here. We don't have any problems over here either. I don't see here any like air leaks or anything like that. My goodness, though. I definitely like, look at that. That is incredible. I definitely am a believer for kegs after all. Definitely, now I definitely understand why these things take a little longer to pressurize. So 65, yeah, that looks looking pretty promising. So pretty awesome. And now I have rinseless wash to wash off from the mini here, but man, I'm just so excited that it worked after all. Okay, so let's just disengage like this. Oh, see, you see that little pressure right there, and now you can probably disengage right there, and there you go. We got a little bit of product on us, but that's fine. We have to definitely tighten this up though, I think. Okay, so I just tightened this back up. Let's see if that fixes the problem of the little leak we had at the moment. So all right, put that back on, and then here we go. Okay, so it turns out actually now is that this is leaking, so I may have to actually come up with a different coupler right here. So maybe the exhaust thing is probably not necessary. So turns out we may have to get just another coupler, and then maybe turns out that the exhaust thing is what's causing the leak in the first place, unfortunately. So may have to return this and then get another coupler, but otherwise though, it's still spraying just fine, like crazy. And like, this is working pretty good. So like, wow, you know, other than actually, no, it's actually kind of weird. See, now that I'm actually using the liquid, it's not leaking anymore. So I guess this was just like the leftover liquid. But we're starting to lose a little pressure because I've been using it for a little bit. But yeah, so essentially, yeah, this setup does work. You do have to kind of like work around the sort of weird, you know, mishaps and stuff like that. Whenever like you, let's say like want to disengage this. The product does come out, and then once you use it again, it does leak a little bit. So it's kind of like pushing out the excess product that was accumulated into here, and then it'll kind of fix itself again. But overall though, I think this setup does really work. I do believe it. And but either way, we got some crazy pressure out of this guy right here. Even from a 2.5 gallon tank, you get some pretty crazy pressure. So, you know, if you want to get yourself a 5 gallon keg, those are priced not too differently. So if you have the room for it, if you don't mind a bigger footprint for your garage or something, then yeah, definitely go for it. You know, but you know, you do have the caveat of just like paying around still like what, $250 for it. But when you look at detail kegs, that are, you know, that you see on like most other people's like channels, they're like upwards to like 350, even 500 even. I've seen some of them that go for like 500, which is crazy. And I think it's just because they want to like stick their brand on there and be like, oh yeah, this is our detail keg or something. But yeah, no, you can make one for yourself for around $200, even probably even cheaper if you get your stuff like refurbished. So yeah, I think this is looking pretty good though. I do see the appeal of it though. So I'll definitely yeah, I'll probably, you know, wind up using this more and more than all the other like plastic garden hose or garden sprayer setups I had. I may convert over to the detail keg at this point. It was really cool to have, I think. You know, whether you're an enthusiast or a mobile detailer or whatever, like a professional detailer, they're fun to use. They're pretty they last pretty long for how much pressure you have, which is, you know, kind of like why they take a little longer to pump up. But yeah, they work. The pressure is great. the way they spray is great. I'm definitely gonna keep using it. Um, you know, for my routines anyway, my wash routines. But anyways, I'm gonna get this all off. But thank you very much for those tuning in for the video. This has been my sort of like testing on the keg anyway, and telling you guys about it. I really do like it right now, first impressions anyway, and I'll definitely come with a update video if anything comes up. Maybe like some weird problems or anything like that. Maybe I'll even experiment with a different coupler for this to see if it's even necessary in the first place. But we'll see about that. So either way, thank you very much. If you have any comments or questions, leave me down below. I'll do my best to answer them. And yeah, so thank you very much. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe for more videos like this. Really do appreciate it, guys. So this has been my, I guess, reaction, showing, demo, all that stuff for the detail keg I got for myself. So DIY, man. DIY is the way to go for these detail kegs. It is definitely possible. So, and it works, you know. So thank you very much. Hope to see you all in the next video. Sean out.